What is up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. I'm Elliott Delp, and today we're going to be reviewing the Accufire's Prospectus EVRO-12. This is a 3-12 first focal plane rifle scope, so it should be a good little video. Let's dive right into it. So, like I had mentioned before the intro rolled, we're going to be doing a review on the Accufire Prospectus EVRO-12 3-12 first focal plane rifle scope. And before we dive right into this, I would like to say that I know if you are a 2A supporter, you are subscribing to the channel because we are 2A people here. Also, I want to give a big shout out to Accufire for sending this optic out. They're an awesome little company down in Texas. They sell some high quality optics, so go check them out. Link takesomenoutdoors.com/links. You can find their link there. Also, I want to shout the supporter and sponsor of this video, Kerr Ammo. Kerr is out of Texas as well, and they are big 2A people down there, and they are ammo distributors, so they sent out a bunch of this ammo that I used for this video, so big shout out to them. We got some Nosler, we got some 5.56 that we ran through when testing this optic, so big shout out to Kerr. If you want to find their website, that is also at takesomenoutdoors.com/links, and if you use code DELP10, it'll save you $10 on your first order, and who doesn't like $10 off ammo? Alright, so let's dive right into this video. We're going to talk a little bit about the specs of this optic. Then we're going to talk about how it performed, how I did my testing and all that great stuff. And then we're going to talk about how I see this fitting into your build and what this should be put on and what it shouldn't be put on. Like, this is definitely not for everything, but I do think it serves a very a good role as an optic in some scenarios. So let's dive right into it. So specs. $475 essentially. So basically it's a $500 optic when you get said and done with taxes and all that great stuff. So it's not cheap. It's not cheap at all. But what are you getting for it? So let's dive right into the specs. You have a 3-12 first focal plane optic. It's mil, okay, not MOA. We have a 30mm tube. You have a built-in throw lever right here. Which is removable, so you can just unscrew your throw lever if you don't want to deal with it. You don't want to run through the woods with it and get caught on stuff. Alright, you have your windage and elevation. So your windage, you have a 25mm total adjustment, and your elevation, you have a 30mm total adjustment. These turrets are locking, and they do rotate a solid 10mm per rotation. You have your parallax on the other side here. Let me flip this sucker around. So you have your parallax, which has a 25 to infinity adjustment. Really common with first focal plane optics. You need this to, well, it's actually common with a lot of long range optics, not just first focal plane. So you need that so you can kind of like focus yourself in. Alright, this does not have any illumination features, so if that's what you're looking for, doesn't have it. Does have a mil-H reticle. So the reticle is really nice. I'll pop it up somewhere over here. You have 20 total mils of adjustment and then 10 total mils of adjustment for your up and down, and then 20 for left and right. Okay? So that's pretty much the general gist of the specs of this thing. Some notable things to mention is 50 cal rated. So if you want to put this on a 50 cal, it's rated for it. This is IP67 for its weather resistance. So you could pretty much do whatever you want with it, drop it in water. It'll work fine. I mean, there's no electronics on it, so there's not a lot that can go wrong with it. And then that's pretty much the gist of it. So a really nice, high quality build. This has just the finish on it's great, and you'd expect it for that pretty much $500 price point. Okay, so let's talk about how I tested the optic and how it was ran and how it was used. Okay. So, as you see here, I have it on a bolt gun. This is my Ruger Predator, nothing in it, 6.5 Creedmoor. I did a lot of testing with it on this thing, and we used Nosler expansion tip and trophy grade ammunition. These are both hunting rounds from Nosler 6.5 Creedmoor. Big shout out to Kerr Ammo for providing these to the channel. These are very high quality ammunition. I was impressed. I'll throw up some B-roll of that shooting this thing, and I mean, the Ruger loved it. These are some fantastic ammo. Other than shooting on the Ruger, I also shot on the Stag Arms 5.56 and just 55 grain. I think it was the M193. Pretty basic stuff. Put it on there, ran like a dream. We zeroed it, and we did some range shooting with it on the Stag, like some fairly good range shooting, 300 and 500 yards, and it was a blast. The optic performed fantastic, super clear. The holdovers worked great, and I was very, very impressed with it. Okay, so some of the setup of this, which I forgot to mention, we are using Vortex rings on this thing, so high-end rings and then Air Precision rings on the Stag. So keep that in mind when we were doing the testing, and it performed great. How I see this fitting into your overall build, and this is like something that Accufire was really pushing with this optic, and one of the reasons they have this series is this is your high-end hunting build. Okay, this is not like your standard 3-9. This is something that you get because you want a high-quality, reliable optic for hunting. It's not necessarily meant for self-defense, but I could see people running it like I ran it on the Stag, kind of in your recce-ish build. I know it's a little bit too magnified for a lot of people's recce builds, but I think it would work. I think it would work really well that way, kind of like your woods optic, something you take, because it's not very heavy. This thing is light. We're looking at about 1.5 pounds or 600 and some grams. I mean, it's meant to be maneuverable, and it's meant to be carried for a long amount of time and just used in a way like you take it hunting, like take it into the woods, take it into the mountains, the fields, however your hunting situation is. It's meant for that. It's meant to be worked and beat around and dropped, and it's a very, very high quality optic, and you're paying for it, but you get what you pay for, and that's really the intended purpose. I mean, I'd put it up there with like the Vortex Diamondback tactical series. Very comparable to that optic. Very, very good, very, very high quality optic. So that's something to keep in mind. It's definitely your hunting optic, not a CQB thing. If you're looking for a CQB, the Atro 8 or the EVRO-6 is what you're looking for, that LPVO. This is not it. This is definitely your hunting optic, your little bit distance optic, something you want to shoot range with, okay? So I think that really about does it for the video. I would like to say thank you to Accufire once again for sending this out, and a big shout out to Kurt Ammo, code Delp10. Save you $10 off on your first order. So their link is at the link tree. TakesOneOutdoors.com/links. Kurt Ammo is at the top. Accufire is somewhere towards the middle. So go check them out. I really appreciate it. Other than that, I think that about does it for the video. Make sure to like and subscribe, especially if you support the 2A. We're big 2A people here, and we'd really appreciate your support, because the more you support us, the more I can get stuff out to you guys, let you know my opinions on things, and just overall strengthen the 2A presence on YouTube and the internet in general. Also, make sure to follow me on Instagram. I post photos there of like this right here. Also post deals, so if you want to check me out there, I really appreciate it. Other than that, I think that about does it. As always, guys, take someone outdoors, and I'll see y'all next time. Peace.